What's up, YouTube? It's the Console Samurai with Grown Ups Gaming. The subject of internet personalities getting paid for what they do on the internet is a really touchy subject. There's, just like anything else, of course, a group of people who are emphatically against the idea. They don't care who you are, whether you're a YouTuber, Twitch streamer, or any other influencer on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or your own blog. They don't feel that you should get paid for what you do on the internet. And that's not the subject of this video, so I'm not really going to get into the reasons why or why not, whether it makes sense, any of that. The subject of this video is in a particular group of the internet personalities who get paid for what they do online. It's the reviewers, especially the ones who get paid for it, the ones who have sponsorships. Now, to start off with, this could be any kind of review. This could be a video game, movie, book, household product, electronics, makeups, any of the things that have made it really big on YouTube. But for the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to keep this to video games. Now, when I say sponsorships, the ones I mean are the ones who have either gotten a free copy of the game, an advanced copy of the game for review, and from the perspective of the company to promote the game and talk about how great it is, and just to get a little bit of publicity for the game before the launch, just for publicity. Or the people who have made it much bigger on these things and have a much bigger audience and actually get paid to review and promote and all these things, said product. Now, first of all, I'm not going to condemn this product or this practice. I'm not going to condemn the practice of companies giving out either advanced copies or free samples of any product in the hopes that they will get some free publicity. There's nothing wrong with that. Nor am I going to condemn the reviewers who participate in this. However, I do agree with a lot of people in that there is a bit of a conflict of interest there. If people are coming to your channel or your Twitch stream or your blog or whatever for an honest opinion, an honest review of a product, but you're being paid off by the company that's doing it to only give out a positive review, it is a little bit misleading if you're promoting games and you're promoting products that you don't actually believe in. And this isn't a hypothetical situation. It's actually something we've seen. We have seen fairly recently, not very recently, but fairly recently, that Warner Brothers did the same thing with Shadow of Mordor, where they were actually paying people to give only positive reviews of their game. Now, this has since gone to court and been settled, but it also happened with Microsoft. When the Xbox One was about to come out, it came out that Microsoft was actually holding people's money ransom in a way. If you were part of a network on a particular network on YouTube, who I'm not going to name, and you gave any negative review of the Microsoft Xbox One, your revenue for the entire month could be forfeited. So if you talked about the Xbox One, you had to talk positively about it, or just not talk about it. Now, in effect, this is creative censorship, but I'm not going to get into that. That also came out and it was remedied, but unfortunately not before it had kind of put a black mark on both Microsoft and this this network on YouTube, who, again, I'm not going to name. Now, to be fair, this is not excuse me, this is not the norm. These are the exception to the rule, as far as we know. Yes, there are plenty of people who are biased. You know, they're being paid off, but these are major stories, and it's generally not that big. So how can you resolve this? EA is taking steps to resolve this by actually making people who are sponsored in either getting the free copy or getting paid to do it by putting special hashtags and special watermarks on their videos, regardless of what media it's on, really. Which I think is actually a really good thing. I don't think it's going to resolve everything, but I do think it's a really good thing, because then you'll know that, well, this video is sponsored by this company that they're reviewing the product for. And there is potential that maybe I do need to look somewhere else. You know, I'm not going to just assume that this is all 100% correct and unbiased. The problem with this is that even if it is 100% accurate, EA could put out the most amazing game in the world, and people will review it, but it'll say sponsored by EA, and people will always have that voice in the back of their mind thinking, I don't know, they could be paid. They could be paid off by EA to say this. I mean, it says it's sponsored right there. Maybe, I don't know. So there's, of course, a downside to this. And the way that they're actually going to do it is that if you got a free copy, you didn't get paid, or you didn't get guided in any way in how it was going to go, it will just say supported by EA. But if you got paid or EA guided how your review is going to go, we'll put it that way, it will say sponsored by EA, which and in the long run I do think is a good thing, because I think it's going to make everything a little bit more transparent. Yes, for a little while there'll be a little bit of doubt about whether something is authentic or not, whether someone is being on the up and up because you know they're being sponsored, but I think in the long run it is going to be a really good thing. The middle ground, of course, being that just because it is sponsored doesn't mean that it's biased. One YouTuber who I really look up to a lot, and I've mentioned him a few times on my channel, is Boogie2988. He will review a product if he likes it. If the company gives him a free copy of a game or offers him money to positively review a game and he likes the game, he will positively review the game. If he doesn't, he won't negatively review it. He will just not mention the game at all, because he doesn't want to. He feels bad about not positively reviewing a game that, or he feels bad about positively reviewing a game that he doesn't like, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to condemn the game because the company paid him or offered to pay him. So he doesn't want to necessarily look a gift horse in the mouth. But to be honest, this is a huge industry. The gaming industry is huge, and all of these influencers on social media are a huge part of publicity now. So this isn't going to go anywhere. So it's really not a case, I don't think anyway, of this going away. I think it's just a matter of us making this a little bit more transparent and better. But what do you think? What do you think about this? Do you think sponsored videos are a good thing, a bad thing? Do you think as long as you are notified that it's a sponsored video that it's okay, because then you can make your own judgment on it? Either way, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Once again, I am the Console Samurai, and I'll see you around.